Let's see if this works. Does it work? I don't know. Let's see how I can find out if this works. Let's see. Yes, you can be our band's roadie if you are qualified and work for free. Hello everybody. Hi, I read I'm online, so it works. Let's see, no tour in Morocco. Morocco is actually the country that I often mention that I hope we can play one day, because once we got an offer from a guy, but it didn't happen, and I was a bit sad about it because we've never played in Morocco, and Tunisia was an awesome experience. So I think Morocco would be also a great experience. Hi from Mexico, hi back to Mexico. You're sending all kinds of nice messages. Thank you. Simone transformed into Mark. Yes, it's a hologram. That's how we do it. My favorite band, Opeth, before they were winning from us in the CD of the month in Aardschok, but still Opeth. Guatemala, yes, it's been a while, too long. So hopefully we can come to Guatemala again. Rehearsing, replaying, consign or for Kingdom of Heaven. I would like to play Kingdom of Heaven again, but it's such a long song, so we cannot play it too often because it takes away basically a big part of our set list. Hello to Chile. Chi chi chi, le le le. I don't speak Polish. No. Nothing, actually. Roma, somebody from Roma here? Great. There's quite some people getting here. Send me the questions. If I like In Flames, yes, the album The Jester Race is my favorite In Flames album. Thank you, Vortex, for your compliment. TV series, House of Cards, I like, because it's a bit political and it's also really good actors. What a nice story. My favorite food, Italian food. So I'm living in the right place nowadays. I think we do a little meet and greet in Sao Paulo actually, but of course it's some prize winners, and you can never do it for too many people because it's just not enough time. Yes, I do like football. Actually, my team VVV Venlo is playing at the moment, so I'm here for you guys, while I could have also been supporting my team, but you are more important for us. So. In French, vive la France. C'est difficile à trouver. Flamenco guitar, yes, I cannot play that, but it sounds really nice, flamenco music. What I like most about tour life, to see different countries, to meet different people, cultural visits. Somebody asked if I can cook Italian food. Yes, my specialty is lasagna, and I had to learn to make lasagna because my very first lasagna turned into a soup, and I remember that Isaac was eating that soup. The taste was quite good, but it was not really a good lasagna yet. Nowadays I know how to make one. So yeah, I read something like here. What? Shimon Peres dead. Yeah, I don't think too much of it. There's so many people passing away every day and new people coming. It's always sad when somebody passes away, but it's somebody I don't know, so I also don't feel too sad when somebody I don't know passes away. There's already enough people that I know passing away. That's sad enough. Lasagna rules, yes, definitely. Something in Turkish, yeah, that's what Kun also said. Teşekkür ederim. That's the only thing I know in Turkish. You need to watch football. Yes, yes, but I cannot do two things at the same time, and I'm not a woman. Thank you, Elena. Have you ever tasted Turkish raki? No, I never tasted it. In which country I want to live forever? Hopefully Italy, in Sicily where I live now. I'm feeling really very much at home. If I like horror movies, I watched a lot of horror movies when I was a teenager, but the really scary ones made me sleep very bad. So I stopped watching horror movies for a while, but I still like a good horror movie. It's just that I don't have too much time to watch movies because I have different hobbies next to Epica, which is cycling and sports, and next to that there's not that much time left in a day. So unfortunately movies are watching movies is suffering from because due to lack of time. Sing? No, I'm gonna sing tomorrow, so everybody will hear me sing tomorrow. Everybody who's gonna be at the show, of course. Why don't I use any filters on my pictures on Instagram? I do sometimes use a filter, but I think when a picture is good, the way it is, then I prefer to post it the way it is, because the natural picture I always like usually the most. My favorite, Freddie Mercury or Michael Jackson? Both have done great stuff and great music, so that's a hard choice, but then I would pick Freddie Mercury, I think. Maybe another Mayan CD, maybe. But at this moment, too busy. And it has been also a really busy period the last couple of months. So I'm happy when finally there's some time left again to relax a bit. I cannot sing clean at all, no. That's why I'm also not singing clean. My inspiration for Divide and Conquer, that's a long story, but to make it short, music-wise, Machine Head. I liked Machine Head a lot as a kid, and I got inspired from the first album to write the song Divide and Conquer. And lyric-wise, I'm inspired by the nonsense stories of the mainstream press of bringing democracy to the Middle East, while the true reason why they are there is to give the big corporations great contracts and a lot of money. My favorite Nightwish song. I'm very bad in titles, but I like a lot the Oceanborn album. I must say that I think it's still my favorite Nightwish album. My hobby is cycling. Serbia, I hope we come also to Serbia. To learn to play guitar. I started playing guitar when I was 15, and by playing Iron Maiden songs. And I got also some lessons, but actually from two guitar teachers, but both of them passed away, and then from there on nobody dared to give me guitar lessons anymore. Umbra Mai Fu, yeah, sure I like it, otherwise we would have not covered it. My favorite song from the Quantum Enigma? I think Unchained Utopia. Have you ever been in, and then it comes a difficult Turkish name? No, I've never been there. Oceanborn Rules, yes, somebody agrees. My favorite Opeth song, Deliverance. What about using an 8-string guitar? I'm already busy enough with 7 strings. I keep it with I stick to 7 strings. What bike are you your favorite. My favorite bike is my Sinelli. And whoa, I suddenly see a huge spider here. But I don't know if it's a living one or a dead one. I don't know if you guys can see it actually. Whoa! It starts walking, so it's a live one. It's a beautiful spider, but it's actually still alive. Do you like spiders, everybody? Let's see. How was your experience in Hell and Heaven Metal Fest? I must say I had a really good experience there this time, because the Hell and Heaven Festival in the past was sometimes not so well organized, so to say, and this time it was really much better and I had a great time. So I think that the festival turned into a really good quality festival. If I like Metallica, and how tall am I? I'm 1 meter 85, and Metallica, I like Metallica, but I like Megadeth more. If I'm afraid of insects, no, I'm not that afraid of insects. And spiders, they're just so small. So maybe I would be afraid of such a big spider with these hairy legs, but I hear they don't do anything. So I think I would let it walk on my arm without any problems. My favorite Epica song. It's really hard to choose between your babies, but if I have to pick one with a gun on my head, I would say Kingdom of Heaven. Any ritual before getting on stage? Yes, we always put the fists against each other. We wish each other luck like that. And I don't have any other rituals rather than warming up, of course. And that's pretty much it. My favorite classical composer, that's Rachmaninoff. Yes, Sense Without Sanity, finally somebody recognized where it originates from. There's a line I borrowed from Mozart, and that's true. Somebody noticed it, and it took really 2 years before somebody to notice it. Dimmu Borgir, yes, I like Dimmu Borgir too, and especially the Enthroned Dark Triumphant, or what, Darkness Triumphant. That album I really like a lot. Let's see. Merhaba. Is that Turkish? The favorite place to perform. There's so many great places to perform, so I don't think I can pick a favorite place, because there's really... I like to play everywhere where there's people listening to our music with passions, and so that can be anywhere in the world. Do you come to Germany anytime? Yes, in January next year, together with Powerwolf. Harry Potter. No, actually I don't. I'm one of the few who doesn't like Harry Potter movies. I watched 2 of them in a plane, and I always fall asleep in the middle of the movie because it takes so long. It's a bit boring, at least for me. Many people love it, but I don't like Harry Potter. I'm sorry. Symphony X, yes, I like Symphony X as well. Let's see, blues. Somebody says, but that's not a question. Cheers from Spain. Which is the most difficult Epica song to play? The new album is pretty challenging, and then Universal Death Squad is quite a challenging song. But the most difficult from all. It's hard to tell. Yeah, maybe it's Universal Death Squad after all. If I play video games, no. And the reason for that is I get really addicted to playing games once I start, and then I cannot do anything else, and then get nothing done anymore. So I decided to not play any games anymore. Cheers, by the way. I'm a bit thirsty now, and it's also important, of course. Do you like any prog band? Yeah, what's the name of that band again? Headspace. I checked them. I found out about this band recently. The Science Within Us. Great song. So Headspace, I would say. Anybody who likes prog music, check them out. Let's see. Is Epica going prog? There's some proggy elements on the new album, but I think we will never get really a typical prog band. We always stay Epica, just we do whatever feels good. Big hug from Colombia. Big hug back. Two hugs from Colombia. Yeah, Philippe, that's a beer. And it's a really good beer from the Netherlands. From Limburg, actually. Brandbier. And this brandbier, that's funny to say, because this is the brandbier how it's normally, but there's also a Epica version. There are not many of them. So this one is already empty a long time ago, but I still keep it because as a memory. More hugs from Colombia. Wow. Would you one day sing clean vocals too? I don't think so. We have a great clean vocalist, and that's Simone. And I cannot sing clean. Even though my girlfriend always says that I have a nice voice, and if I would train it, it would be possible. But I have no time to study clean vocals. When is your next event? Tomorrow, Epic Metal Fest. Do you like meat with a D? Then I don't know what that is. But meat with a, yeah, maybe meat, the flesh. I like it, but I must say I have a lot of respect for people who are vegetarian. I wish I could do that too. Switzerland says hello. Hi back. Where can we buy that Epica beer? That Epica beer was just once in a lifetime. They made it for us on Pinkpop Festival in the Netherlands. And so that beer is not for sale, unfortunately, even though we would love to have that beer. But hopefully one day we will have our own Epica beer. And it would be great if it's this brand, because it's a good taste. Yeah, it's a good question why I don't use my Twitter account, but I have no idea. But Twitter, I get so annoyed by when I want to write a message and it doesn't fit with the amount of characters. And I want to tell my story the way I want to tell my story, and not having to be concerned about the amount of words that I can use. Am I Muslim? No, I'm not Muslim. I am Christian, I'm baptized, but I love all the people from all different religions. If I like Belgian chocolate, and what's my favorite life quote? My life quote is, a day not climbed is a day without cycling. Let's see, that epic beer is awesome. Definitely, definitely. Do you like Doctor Who? I don't know who Doctor Who is. So, let's see, Peru. Yes, we should go back to Peru, and also Machu Picchu I want to see one day, so I hope we can combine that. Let's see, when did you guys started to be sponsored by the brands you're using? I think that must have been about 8 to 9 years ago already. when we were getting a bit bigger, and then they started endorsing us, and so I think yeah, like 10 years ago. Will you play in Madrid? We will come back to Madrid for sure, but not on the Powerwolf tour, because we had to discuss with them where we were going to play. Some things we could choose, some things they could choose, and unfortunately no Madrid in that tour, but for sure we will come back to Madrid as well on this album. What's the best player of VVV Venlo? That's a hard question. Our goal getter Jansen is a very good player, but if he's the best one, I don't know. He just scores the most goals, but and he scored today again, and Torino Hunter scored a goal as well. With such a name, you deserve to score many goals. Anyway. Afraid of dying? Not at all. I'm not afraid of dying, because there's nothing to be afraid for, I think. I think this is just a small spark of time that we are here on this planet, and I don't think it will end after we die. No tour is for Portugal for the same reason, because it didn't fit in the tour with Powerwolf yet. Why nobody likes Requiem for the Indifferent? It's the least favorite album from the fans, I think. But there's still people who say also it's their favorite, so it's not that nobody likes it. It's just the least favorite from the average Epica fan. Am I married? Not yet. My favorite song from the Holographic Principle. It's a hard question, because I like Every Day Another Song. But if I have to pick a few, Universal Dead Squad, Divide and Conquer and the Holographic Principle. Wanneer is de volgende Gran Fondo? Anne? Hey. Ik heb eigenlijk vandaag al een Gran Fondo gefietst met Hervé. Dus, maar de volgende met jou bedoel je zeker? Dat komt in het voorjaar wel weer. What size of guitar strings are you using? 0.09 till 0.56. So it's pretty thin strings, especially compared to Isaac. He uses much thicker strings. I love Requiem for the Indifferent. Hope you do more experimental stuff in the future. I think the new album is also quite experimental, so I think it has the best of both worlds. Somebody asked, where's the spider? Let me look for the spider. Ah, the spider is still here. Yeah, spider's still sitting here on the table, but doesn't want to come. Doesn't obey to orders neither. So let's see. Please make an album about the perception of time. That's interesting too. Time, definitely. What was the hardest song you worked on this album? That must have been the Holographic Principle, for the reason that it took about 3 years to finish that song. It took also a really long time. I see that meat is a drink. I didn't know that drink then. But the Holographic Principle, it took long time to compose it. First of all, I worked on it with Joost van den Broek, our producer, and that was about 3 sessions that we worked on the song. And then we worked also with the whole band a couple of sessions on the song until it was finished. So it took quite a while, but without effort, without pain, no gain. That's the saying. So now you should not ask me to sing anymore. Let's see, if I like Tyrion, what's your opinion about them? I do like Tyrion actually, and especially the older albums like Theli That was the good Tyrian time, I think. Nowadays, I think it's a little bit lacks a little bit of sparkling inspiration, but it remains a good band, and I hope they have a long life. My favorite writer, George Orwell, today. I love the dark melodies from Ascension. Definitely, I'm happy that the song made it ultimately to the album, because it was we were really in doubt which songs to put on the album, and that one finally made it, and I'm happy it made it because it's really nice for the balance to have that song on the album. If I miss tacos, not really, because there's so much good food here, but whenever I'm in Mexico, I appreciate some tacos. Come to Venezuela. Yeah, we have been 2 times in Venezuela, and 2 times we didn't get paid. So it's we make music first of all also for the fans, but also we have to make a living from it, and to play 2 times in a country and 2 times we didn't get paid, at least not what we agreed on up front. That was a bit awkward. So we are a little bit careful now with Venezuelan promoters. If I know Moonspell, we toured with Moonspell, so definitely I know them. If I like the Lord of the Rings books, actually I have the Lord of the Rings books, and I never read them. I started with The Hobbit, and it was so boring. I couldn't finish it. So maybe I should give it another try, but I just have not so much time to read these fantasy books, because I prefer to read something more realistic. But there's so many things that are nice to do, but lack of time. If I like tequila, I do, but I don't want to drink too much of it. So I stick to beers. I get a question from Mariska, our old merchandiser, how many times I eat nowadays spaghetti bolognese now that I live in Italy. Actually, that's funny. Since that I live in Italy, I hardly ever eat spaghetti bolognese anymore. I used to eat that a lot, and that's also why she asked that. But nowadays it's my least favorite pasta. Nowadays I love pasta alla norma, pasta with tuna, and there's so many great pastas. I didn't know that in the past. How could I not know all this? But now I know, and I hardly ever eat spaghetti bolognese anymore. Kisses from Brazil. My favorite sport, that's cycling. That's my #1 sport, followed by football, soccer. But nowadays football is often so boring. Champions League, all these same teams all the time, and they playing just to win. So that often it's 80 minutes super boring and 10 minutes exciting. I don't want to watch 80 boring minutes football anymore. So sometimes I still watch football, but not that often anymore. Cycling, I must say cycling, it's a bit the same regarding the Tour de France. It's super boring because there's the Sky team, which is a super good team, and they make it extremely boring to watch Tour de France because they control everything. And so I love much more the Vuelta de España and the Giro d'Italia, because there's much more excitement. You don't know at all who's going to win, and so cycling definitely is my favorite sport to do and to watch. But I also watch sometimes tennis, but not that often. And let's see, is there another sports that I like to watch? No, maybe female beach volley. You're coming to Dubai soon. Depends if we get an invitation. Someone invited me. Who are you? I'm Mark. Nice to meet you. If I master Italian, unfortunately not. I'm really slow in learning languages. It's already a miracle that I can speak English to you guys. It took me years, and still I'm not flawless. Oh, Formula Uno. Somebody helps me what I like to watch. That's true. I like to watch Max Verstappen. He's our our hero from Limburg, the same province as the Beers. And he's doing really well in Formula One. And also Formula One was extremely boring for many years. And he's the sunlight in the darkness. Max Verstappen, he overtakes people, he pisses people off with his actions. He's bringing some excitement to the sport. So he's a blessing. If I like hockey, ice hockey or field hockey. And ice hockey I never watch because it's not big sport in the Netherlands. Field hockey is for the high class society in general. So I usually don't watch hockey. I'm Italian, and if you want to try some food, very good. There isn't a place. All the Italian food is good. Most of the Italian food is definitely good. I agree with you. Do you speak Spanish? No hablo español. Did you like Lebanon during your last trip? Yes, I loved it. Oh, wait. One guy says that VVV, one guy, a friend of mine, he says that VVV is got the period championship. No, I didn't read that yet. So actually my team, I couldn't watch today to the game, but we became period champion. So that's worth a big party now. So now I'm in even better mood than I was already. So that's really good news for you guys, because if we would have lost, I feel always a bit angry for 1 hour when we lose, and that would be exactly now if we would have lost. So now I'm in extremely good mood. Who was the best Formula One pilot for you? Ayrton Senna. Even though Schumacher was also pretty good, but Ayrton Senna, I think, was my favorite. My favorite amplifier. Now that I nowadays use Bogner, I must say I really got addicted to Bogner amps. I am playing the Überschall, and it's a really good amp, so I'm really loving that amp. Do you love Turkey? We love you. I love all the countries in the world where the good people of the countries, so the Epica fans, I love a lot, because we are one big happy family, and I always have a great time in Turkey. I'm missing you at the rest of Epica at the theater in Philadelphia. Yes. We had to select a certain amount of cities where we could play, because we have to finish our tours within 4 weeks. So somebody says Verstappen is better than Ayrton Senna. Not yet. To reconnect. I'm still connected. Not yet Verstappen, but it can maybe become better, but who knows. I told already that I love Opeth. My favorite song is Deliverance. What do you like about Russia? What I like about Russia is Vladimir Putin, because everybody hates him here, and I don't. Let's see. I wish to be that good beer. Best football player. The best football player we ever had in the Netherlands must have been Johan Cruyff. And the best football player nowadays, I think Messi. So all the Ronaldo fans will be pissed now. Do you read Game of Thrones? No, I just watched the episodes, but I never read the books. Add a ballad to your set list on tour. Maybe in the future we will add a ballad again, but at this moment we like to give full force to in our set list. But sooner or later there will be a ballad again in the set list. That's for sure. Why don't you guys play Solitary Ground live? Because there's too many songs to choose from. But if everybody would request that song, we would start playing that song. I'm pretty sure. Your favorite Russian band? I don't know any Russian bands, so I cannot answer that question. Powerwolf or Sabaton? Powerwolf, because they're gonna tour with us, so I have to stay friends with them. Why do you like living in Italy? I like living in Italy because the food, the people, there's everywhere sea around, there's a lot of sunshine, there are mountains. There is, and I like that my favorite season in Sicily is spring, when everything is green, and then it's truly a paradise. Motorhead or Saxon? Motorhead. Do you like Japanese food? Actually, I do like some Japanese food, but I don't eat it that often, because there's no Japanese restaurant in the neighborhood where I live nowadays. But definitely when we're gonna play in Kani, yes, my girlfriend is talking about my dogs. Definitely when we play in Japan, I'm gonna eat Japanese food. What is the inspiration for Unleashed? The lyrics are from Simone, so that she can better answer that. And the music, that was a riff that I wrote actually totally in the beginning of Epica, and was never used. And then Koen, he was writing songs, and he used that riff that I completely forgot about, and he built a great song around, and that became Unleashed. So you can see how these things happen, and I'm happy that he found that old riff, because otherwise Unleashed would have never been born. Show the room. I don't know if somebody means to show this room, but this is our old Epica rehearsal room. So it's a unique look behind the scenes. It's also a bit of a fitness studio. It's not a fart, it's actually the chair making noise. So there's still some flags everywhere as well. I don't know if you can see that. We collect a lot of flags around all the world. There's many more flags. There are more flags. We cannot hang them all, but we always bring them home. Let's see, what questions did I miss in the meantime? Would you consider an After Forever reunion? Yeah, there was a possibility to do some shows not too many years ago, but obviously the floor has no time for that anymore, and actually I myself got also way too busy with Epica in the meantime, so that chance is now again basically zero, even though I'm still liking a lot what we did with After Forever in the past, but it's better for now to leave the past the past. Where's the Brazilian flag? Somebody asked for Brazilian flag. There was also a Brazilian flag, but I think they must have been buried in among the other flags. I found one. So there it is. Sweden, there's no Swedish flag, I know that pretty sure, because we never got a Swedish flag. I don't like gaming, because I would love it, but it takes too much time. I would get addicted to it. Colombian flag, there's many Colombian flags. I think this is one. And there's also one hanging at there's actually two hanging there. So Colombia is hanging also around here. What's my favorite moment of Epica? My favorite moment was when we played in Tunisia. We were the very first international metal band playing Tunisia, and the people were so extremely happy that almost everybody was crying out of happiness, and that's something you never forget. Now everybody starts talking about flags. There are many flags here, and there's also a Mexican flag, an Irish flag, Czech Republic flag, Polish flag. There's a Guatemala flag, another Czech Republic flag, Portugal, another Mexican, Colombia, Chile, Venezuela flag, and a Rio de Janeiro flag. What I think about recreative marijuana. I don't smoke it, but I think that everybody who wants to smoke it should be free to do so. Because I don't think it's any worse or better than beer. And beer is allowed and weed isn't, so I always have wondered why. Do you have a Canadian flag? No, we never got a Canadian flag. Song for a rainy day. That's a difficult question. What's a good song for a rainy day? Clanet songs. I don't know if you know Clanet. It's an amazing band which has nothing to do with metal, but really music that makes you feel happy. I look tired, yes. Can you imagine? I cycled 90 kilometers today, and with my friends, they came all the way from France to the Netherlands for the Epic Metal Fest, and we did a ride together today. Do you watch TV series? Yes, House of Cards. We never got a Danish flag, no. We have the same birthday, so it's almost your birthday as well, Henrike. Almost, it still takes, what is it today? 30th of September, yeah, the release date. Then October, November, 2.5 months. My favorite animal, I cannot choose between dogs and cats because I love them both. I love my 3 dogs and my 2 cats the same. But my girlfriend always says I'm a little bit more of a dog person, and she's a little bit more of a cat person, so I take care of most of the dogs most of the time, and she of the cats. What do you think about Lemmy? Yeah, legend. I met him one time. We were playing in a festival in Switzerland, and he was in his dressing room, and we were standing outside with a couple of guys. And I remember he stepped out of the room, and everybody was silent suddenly, out of respect. And then he passed by, and it was still silence. And he greeted us, "Hi guys." And that was my only time I met Lemmy when he was still alive. So it's not that exciting, the story, but it's my only Lemmy story that I have. Let's see. I got a lot of love. Thank you. My pets' names. Doody is a dog. Sita, Tilo, also my other dogs. And then we have Paula, the cat, and Mimo, the other cat. But that cat gets every month a different name, so I sometimes lose track of what his name is nowadays. If I prefer eating alone or with other people, I never thought about what I prefer more. I think I prefer to what the food is, and if the food is good, it doesn't matter if I'm with a lot of people or alone. As long as the food is good. If I like Carl Sagan books, I don't know Carl Sagan, I only know Peter Sagan. And I don't think he wrote any books yet. Let's see. Can you say to my mom, Maria Sonette, that you aren't a devil singing? I think I am actually a devil. Yeah, I'm not that badass, but I'm not a saint either. Favorite color of guitar? My blue guitar is my favorite. If I have any phobia, I'm afraid of heights, and I usually can stand it pretty well. Like I did also some skydive, but I don't like to stand on the edge of a mountain, and that I can fall in the fall off the cliffs. Carl Sagan was a big inspiration for Nightwish's most recent album. I still don't know him. What was my main inspiration for the new album? That was the holographic principle theory, and Leonard Susskind, he is one of the founding fathers of that theory, and I got really much inspired by his lectures. I'm the nicest evil ever. Yes, but I'm pretty evil, I can assure you, I'm so evil. My mom wants to marry you. How old is your mom? And I'm already going to marry to somebody else. Have you ever been depressed? Actually, yes, when I was 16, and I couldn't cycle for half a year because I got a virus infection, which made me very tired at that time. I got really depressed that I couldn't sport at all, and it took about 1 year, I think. So I know how it is like to feel extremely shit. But I wish nobody feeling to have to feel like that, and I know that many people do, unfortunately. Do you like Pink Floyd? I adore Pink Floyd. It's an amazing band. Let's see. Pfeiffer disease, it was actually a rare variation of Pfeiffer disease. That's why they couldn't find it in the beginning as well. They thought there was nothing wrong with me. It was pure psychological. But and they said I should keep going. So after half a year they found out actually what was the reason what made me so tired. Because I usually don't get tired that easily. Do you like The Walking Dead? I never saw it, so I don't know. Any guitar tips? Let's see. Yeah, never give up studying it, because everything is possible as long as you study hard on it. My mother and I met in Lebanon, and now she has a crush on you. Oh, holy. How long is my hair? let's see, about, I think, 50 centimeters, pretty much. Superman or Batman? Batman! Yes. My favorite Epica song live, Kingdom of Heaven. My favorite music style? Metal, after all. Yeah, my favorite, even though I love many different styles. What is the worst thing you have drunk? What you have done being drunk? I once was very drunk because I was at a festival, Graspop, and I had Jägermeister, and they didn't want to let me in with the Jägermeister, and I didn't want to throw it away because yeah, it was a full cup of Jägermeister, like yeah, such a big one, and it was meant to be drink in like 2 hours, sip by sip, but they didn't let me, so I had to finish it right away, and then I don't remember certain parts anymore. It was about many years ago already. I learned my lesson, but I don't remember certain parts. I just remember I ended up at my tent, and how I ended up there I don't know. And luckily I made it, and I slept. And the next day I woke up, and people outside they were telling me that I was really drunk, and I said, "How did you notice?" And then they said, "Yeah, you were standing outside your tent naked." So yeah, so I should not drink so much Jägermeister anymore. I learned my lesson. Jägermeister's nice, but not in big quantities. My most embarrassing moment on stage. Yeah, there was this one show we did on a South American tour. I don't remember which show exactly, but I went. We did arrive by an overseas flight, and we arrived. So I had already jet lag, and then the same afternoon I climbed a mountain by bike, and then I arrived at the venue. And the same evening we played a show, and I had some blackouts, and that I really during the first two songs that I really didn't remember what I was playing, and that was quite embarrassing. So I'm not gonna fly overseas and climbing a mountain anymore before a show. My favorite football team, Venlo. Venlo, Venlo. What time is it here? Oh, it's actually 22:30, so this chat is soon over. So send me your most important questions now, because I'm still here, but soon I have to leave you because I have to be fresh tomorrow for the Epic Metal Fest. My favorite female singers, Laura Macri, my girlfriend, and I don't say it because she's my girlfriend, but she has a wonderful voice. Simone and Floor. So the girls that I've worked with, they are also my favorite singers. Let's see if I had a band shared the stage with me. I would like to play with Opeth, tour with Opeth. That would be cool. Pizza or pasta? I eat pasta basically every day, so I think I prefer pasta, but once a week I eat pizza as well. And in my favorite pizza restaurant in Caltanissetta, and I'm not going to say the name of the pizza place because maybe otherwise it's completely fully booked every week, and I want to keep my spot at the table. What's the most important thing to be a successful metal band in Europe? Hard work and good songs. But these are two things are extremely important. Xbox or PlayStation? I don't have either of them. and I don't know the difference, so I don't know. Do you like Ronnie James Dio? Yes, of course. He was an amazing singer. He's, I think, one of a kind, and it's a pity that he's not among us anymore. Come to Argentina. We will. We will. Be patient. We will. When are you in Hamburg? I think that's in January, but I don't know the exact date. Let's see. My last favorite Epica song. My least favorite Epica song. That's a hard question. There's one song that we wrote for a movie, and that is not a typical Epica song. It has a nice melody, but we had to make it in that way for that movie, and it's really not my cup of tea myself, and I don't even remember the name of that song anymore. No, I don't remember the name. That's how less, yeah. That's why probably I don't like it. I even forgot it. Let's see. We come back to Chile, definitely. Epica Nightwish tour, I think would be cool. I think the big four for symphonic metal would be cool. So like Evanescence, Epica, Nightwish, Wind and Temptation, going together, like Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax were doing. So I think that should be a pretty cool tour. Favorite beer? This one is good, but I love also Hertog Jan. That's a great Dutch beer. Lyrics you are the most proud of? Kingdom of Heaven. Let's see, Wind and Temptation or Delane? Equal. Insomnium's new album, I didn't hear it yet, but I'm pretty curious because these guys always surprise me with their amazing albums. What inspired you to get into symphonic metal and no other metal branch? I always wanted to combine metal and classical music, so that's why I started making this kind of music with After Forever, and also continued making it with Epica and with Mayan. We are also having a lot of symphonic elements. So I think that's because I really love these both styles of music. How about marrying, kids? Everything will happen in the future. Let's see. My favorite band or singer? Opeth is my favorite band. Michael Akerveld, my favorite singer. So it's easy. I'm baptized Christian, but I'm not that religious. I do believe there is something that created all of this around us, but some call it God, but I don't believe in religious books. There's some really nice things written in there, but also some things I don't agree about. So that's why I'm not following any particular religion. Do you like Rhapsody of Fire? I used to like them, yes, but now you have so many Rhapsodies and people leaving and going away, and I lost track a bit. Let's see. Would you consider working with Floor Jansen again in the future? Oh, of course, she's an amazing singer, and every time when we see each other, it's always nice to talk again. So who knows? Start and end song of the concert tomorrow. You will see. But the start, we often start in a similar way, so you can pretty much guess it already. Favorite song of Epica, Kingdom of Heaven. Do you believe in Illuminati theory? I believe there was a Illuminati that existed. I think so. And maybe it even exists till today. It's possible. Do you like Orphaned Land? I do, actually. And I like the way they combine Oriental tunes with metal. Mayan in Montreal, please. Would be cool. What is your feeling on stage? I'm excited. And also always a little bit nervous before a show, but that's often as soon as I hit the stage, it's gone. But a little bit nervous, I think it's good, because then you care about what you're going to do. Favorite song from the Phantom Agony? Sensorium, I think. Do you plan a surprise for tomorrow? Yes, we do. We kicked some songs that we always play out, and we put some other songs that we almost never play in the set. So it's going to be exciting. So I have to leave you guys, because I'm going to prepare for the show of tomorrow, and I'm gonna be there already very early for the sound check. So I'm going soon already to bed. And so wish you a good night, and many of you, see you tomorrow. And thank you for joining us, and see you somewhere around the world if I don't see you tomorrow. Bye bye.